have some hippies out there, and 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 hippies out there.
These are extra childproof, so that means I'm gonna struggle opening them.
I always use my, there you go, my canine on that, yep.
On the edge?
Yep. They're technically, there's a perforation, but it's really hard to find, unfortunately.
Yeah,
Packaging!
They hit the fuck out of that shit.
Yep.
Pucks.
Definitely
childproof. That's facts.
Not after you open them, though, unfortunately.
What is good, everybody? We are back and we getting poked up. Let me tell you, man, look, we got about 400, 600 milligrams. I'm going to just start it off with.
I'm going to eat 2 and go from there.
I'm going to eat 2 packs and go from there.
I'm
Let's
gonna
do
not
it.
eat any because ever since having my daughter, man, for some reason edibles just fuck me up, dude.
Really?
Yeah. I
Bruh.
smoke flower, I like to stick to the inhalation, and I do it at night. So if it was night right now, I'd be, gobbling these things up with go.
I ain't even gonna lie. These motherfuckers right here be busting, boy.
Yeah.
Hey, cheers to my guy, man. I'm at Fumbleitis. Fumbleitis.
So background on pucks, for some people that don't know, if they don't know what they are, they're going to be a German-style gummy. That the guy who made them, shout out to his name's Brandon. He created them. He's lived in Germany for a little bit, so that's why if people know the creation of the gummy bear. It's actually like the gummy bear. That's how he calls it. Black Forest gummy bears, Haribo gummy bears is going to be like that gummy bear, that gummy bear.
Mm-hmm.
We wanted to kind of create that same type of texture and bring it to the medical market.
Y'all nailed it.
Yep.
Y'all nailed it.
He's a genius, man. Like,
Bro, I can tell.
Yeah.
Now, look. I'm not going to lie. Because, shit. I keep it 100.
Can't lie.
Does have that little bitter taste at the end to it, right? Just that little, but it's not booming. Like it's
got
there's some edibles out there. I won't say no names, but I think we discussed them before the podcast. We might have name dropped 1 or 2 of them. And I just can't swallow that shit because it's
bitter.
It's like drinking an IPA is how I describe it. I'm like, bruh, this is hoppy.
That's an acquired taste.
Yeah.
So
I can't do this no more.
To the hash head, I completely understand. I shout out to the Grow Science's hash rosin edibles. I think that's a great idea, and there's going to be people that are going to be attracted to those. Some people don't have they can't spend the money on those, so they got to go with more of a distillate edible. I completely understand. The science of trying to hide that taste is really hard. Especially with it's really what you start with. So we try and start with. Everyone actually, it's funny. You want to market like everyone's marketing a higher distillate percentage when making an edible, you want to target more of like an 85% distillate, and then you're working that formula in, so you're getting a potent edible still, but that goes off the taste now. So I almost guarantee that sour apple that you're eating right now was made with one of the higher distillates that we had, so 90%. That's where you get that way more because it's the THC. That's what it is. It's the THC is bitter.
That was a blue one.
Yeah.
This sour apple one it has the green tea.
No, the sour apple doesn't have green tea.
Doesn't have green tea?
No. That's just sour apple flavor.
My taste buds aren't working.
Here's my thing with edibles. I feel like that taste is something that I've just almost gotten used to because it is in almost all of them. The one that I would say that I've tried that I had to search for that taste because I wasn't sure if I could taste it or not was those Alien Lab ones. I don't know if you've tried those, but
I haven't tried. I've tried the non-medicated versions of those.
Sammy ain't nobody else's motherfucking gummies but pucks.
You could.
You gotta say, hey,
sure, y'all can say that,
research your
but
competitors, right?
No, and I do. It's just honestly because I get smacked on edibles
Haven't been
now,
eating
dude,
them
and
anymore.
honestly, I get sampled stuff all the time, and we have R&D batches I just get handed, and I'm like, oh, dude, I can't. And then I literally have to tell my lady, hey, you got to make sure, I'm gonna be on edibles.
You're a mom
because
dude
I
tonight.
love edibles,
Super
and I
mom.
love the way they make me feel, my pain. But yeah, no, I'm sure that has to do something with their nano. They're using nanotechnology.
I think so.
Which However, I don't know how they're doing it proprietary wise. You know, you can do that a couple different ways, and we do a very, I guess, slight. You know, when we add in our oil, right, we make sure it's very homogeneous, right, and that's really key when making an edible. At the end of the day, you could cut our pucks up and get 5 milligrams, or at least, you know, I could show you test results now. I mean, we've been testing our pucks for pretty long time now, for, you know, we just make sure quality control is there, but ever since this testing bill now, we make sure everything's just on, you know, obviously on par now. 19.8, 20.1 we're seeing, you know, on the THC, which at that point, you know, you're getting pretty much your 5 milligrams a piece if you cut it up, you know.
My guy.
What up?
So check this out. I'm sorry I was laughing, right?
What were you laughing about? I didn't even notice.
I was just thinking about it. Like, so before when you had dip, we were talking about what we were going to talk about. And he's like, man, I want to talk about pucks, but that's not all I want to talk about, right? I want to let's talk about some other shit too. And I was like, bro, we're going to talk about whatever you want to, like, let's do this. So I was just thinking in my head how we didn't even get to introduce the squad today. Sam just jumped in and was
Straight
like,
into
I'm
pucks.
trying to get pucks out the way. Fuck it.
Now we're done talking about pucks. We can talk about whatever we want.
It's because you started smacking on them, and I was
They're
like,
fucking fire.
And,
You
dude,
didn't let me get to the...
I'm just educated. I'm an educator, bro. So I just...
Me
you know,
too, but I was going down a different path, sir. No, check it out.
Go down it.
No, look, I'm going all the way down that rabbit hole, bro. Look, we already...
Bro,
Yeah.
you down.
Green pack
you're-
out.
Hey,
Blue pack is out.
I'm
I
not
haven't
saying
opened the
any.
next one yet.
You know, I have had some people humbled by our pucks. Because I know.
Listen, this ain't my first rodeo with the pucks. I know what I can handle and I can't.
I know you can. I know.
That's why I left the third one up over here. That's for later, just in case. That's the
Trust
break.
me, I know you can handle it, bro.
And the best things about these is, like, they got the CBD in them, so it's not like I'm getting all the way fucked
Yeah.
up.
And one thing we've actually just started doing too is CBN and CBG too. So you can get a whole bunch of cannabinoids up in there.
Sam, why don't you introduce yourself real quick, man, for the people that don't know who you are, what you do.
Well, my name's Sam Cooper. I am I'm just a cannabis everything advocate, grower. The sales, I do all the sales for Pucks, cannabis confections. Yeah, I mean, I'm just a cannabis entrepreneur. I love this plant. I love,
Sure do.
you know, I love the business behind it, honestly, too. It's an amazing just industry to be involved in. I
Mhm.
think it's, in my opinion, I think it's the goal. I think it's our gold rush, 100%.
Okay.
The fact that you can, you know,
Mouth-watering.
it's just an awesome business, man. Like looking at all aspects of it, you know, the cultivation side, the extraction side, the edible side, the kitchen side of things. It's, you know, compliance aside, you know, it's just very awesome to see how we've grown to this industry.
Yeah.
And came from, you know, pretty much I think it was like 1995 that the first medical bill was passed in California.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
95 or 97, right? Something
Somewhere
like that.
in there.
And just, you know, within, what is that?
20
something
years.
years. Yeah, we're already to
I'm glad I didn't answer that.
multi-million, you know,
I was about to say
multi-
something stupid.
multi-billion-dollar grows out in California, you know, and
I mean, I literally,
insane, you know?
and I bought in at the wrong time, people. But I mean, I have stock in 4 different cannabis companies
Nice.
now,
Okay.
and the fact that I can go and buy
if
stock
you
in a
haven't, get
cannabis
it
company.
now, by the way, everybody. If you haven't, go get that
I
shit
bought
now.
some of mine a little on the high side, and it all came down. But I'm gonna buy more
It's
because
all-
it's gonna go back up.
It's all on the low side right now compared to what it's going to be in 10 years. Let's say it like that. You know what I mean? Like, think about it like this.
Yeah, I wasn't really looking at it as a quick win. I
Right.
felt like get your foot in and start stacking.
That's one of those things for like someone like to use cannabis like we do, to think that we can buy into our stock that we know what this can do.
Facts.
You know what I mean? It'd be it would almost be, you know, us going against our word not to go get that stock. And you know, that'd be almost being.
I
like,
mean,
well,
that
cannabis
is the
losing.
industry we should know the most about, to where we can look at what they're doing and have an indication in what direction they're gonna go.
I mean,
Exactly.
everybody knows the marijuana industry is about to boom, so you better crash and get on that motherfucking stock. I was gonna say you got another one of those fuckers in your hand. Is that a combination of everything again?
No, this is not. This
Okay.
is actually, I went over to Marigold this morning to pick up some more of that White Fire cookies or
Oh,
White
okay.
Tahoe cookies, and I asked him if I got my vet discount, but on their half ounces, that's considered already on sale, so you
Yeah.
don't. But the dude was like, "I'll throw you an ice cream cake pre-roll."
Nice.
When
I was like, "I'll never say no to free."
Okay. Well, whatever, bro. Here, yeah. Whatever's not empty.
Wi-Fi.
Whatever you want.
Shout out to local joint.
Yeah, I do want to say that, man. Big shout out to Local Joint. They just recently dropped. I don't know if you guys remember when they were here. They talked about their sampler pack, which was gonna come in pre-rolls, and I suggested maybe they should just toss it into a flower form as well. Well, they went ahead and did it, man.
They did both, right?
Yeah, they got both
You
available.
can get pre-rolls if you want, or
Mhm.
you can get grams.
If you're a guy on the go and you just need a blow, or you could be a chick, it don't matter. Either way, pull up the Local Joint, dude. Right now we got us a gas pack. Matter of fact, shout out to them for even calling it the gas pack. I just threw that out there on a limb. Like, yo, let's see if they'll take it.
At least one of these strains is I approve of the Skywalker OG for sure. That was on point.
Fire.
Yeah, it's fire.
Yeah, I smoked a.
It could have been a little more OG, but yeah, it's for Arizona OG. It's there.
I smoked the Lost
The
Coast.
Lost Coast is the only one I've already smoked,
I'm about
which
to
was
try
pretty
it.
good.
I'm about to try this Wi-Fi real quick.
What did I just break down? The gelato.
I'll tell you straight up, the Wi-Fi nose is not there. I've smoked a lot of Wi-Fi in my life, but it's definitely. I mean, it's hard to get the Wi-Fi because it's got that White Widow in there, and White Widow is a weird like smell. I don't know if you've ever had like an actual legit White Widow. It's got like this. It almost has like that very bland like cookie. Like it almost has a cookie smell to it. It's crazy. I'm huge on my
You don't know.
my terps, bro. Like that's why I'm growing my own
You don't know.
bud, you know.
It's so weird because I feel like the flavor profiles that I enjoy have changed so much over the last like even 18 months.
I wouldn't say that for me, but yes,
But for me,
sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
I would definitely say
Hopefully you
even
don't
over
like
like
that
the last
lemon
18
shit
months.
anymore. That fucking piney shit. I hope that's going away soon.
You ever had Chronic Thunder?
I feel like I've had it at some point in time because I couldn't imagine.
Nectar.
Yeah, I think I had theirs.
So Nectar Farms, before they were Nectar Farms, they still technically are the same grow, but it's Green Halo back in the day. And you could, like, when we were at the dispensary, we bought Green Halo by the pound, and we didn't. That was before they did jars. That was, I think Grow Science set an awesome movement, which was I think was amazing. That whole jarred movement really was set by them, in my opinion. They started doing it, and then all these other flower brands that had really good quality flower started to throw all their bud in jars, which I think is kind of like it's a love-hate relationship I have with jars, because I if you've had your card for longer than 5-6 years, and you went to a good amount of these dispensaries, you could go get turkey or deli style, bulk, Nectar Farms, pretty much all these grows out here were deli style at one point. And we'd get Chronic Thunder, we'd get Yoda OG, we'd get Larry OG, and it was
grow
from
Because
Green
it was
Halo.
deli-
This was
deli
Green
style.
Halo, bro. So this was like 5-6 years ago. I'm serious. I mean, we would buy in pounds of Green Halo flour, Larry OG, Chronic Thunder, and obviously it was very similar.
When you say
price.
we, what do you mean we?
Well, when I worked for Nirvana.
Oh,
I
I was like, boy, hold up.
No,
I
no,
wasn't.
sorry,
I don't
sorry.
remember buying these
Sorry.
pounds.
It was so yeah. When I
It's like, Kyle,
when I was
get in on
I
this.
knew he was talking about the.
Yeah, yeah.
And I kept
I've
looking
been-
like,
I've been in the
Kyle, you get
industry.
in on this? What
yeah,
the fuck?
I've been in the industry for a minute now.
I
and
remember
so-
when
Sam, you look like 12 years
I
old.
remember
How you
when
been
the
in?
Nirvana on 35th
Yep.
first opened,
Yep.
and
That was
went,
the second store we opened.
Yeah, and I used to go there every Saturday morning for happy hour because I couldn't go during the week because I had to go to work.
That was probably right around when we still got really good flour then. So you probably saw it then. And then about 6-7 months later, I don't know what happened, bro, but there was
And that's what it was.
There was a
You're gonna
drought,
hate to
bro.
hear this, Sam.
what?
You're gonna hate to hear this.
What?
So when we first started doing the Hippy Chronicles, I was going to Nirvana before every show to grab the little half ounces and shit, so we could smoke them for the whole show. And the last time I bought
Talking
one
about
of
the
the,
35 half ounce, 65 half ounce?
it was somewhere around that price.
Yeah, you're welcome.
That was you're welcome.
That price was one day. I'll tell you that story later, but that was me. So
Well, I wasn't gonna say anything good about it. I got
no, the quality.
I never went back.
The quality is what I'm not talking about the quality. I'm saying that price.
No, yeah, the price was cool.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But the one time I got more stems than weed, I was like, hold up.
Oh, totally.
Where's my other $45 at?
So yeah, no, totally, bro. Like I'll be the first one to say that some of that stuff was not the best, but
I will also say
at 35 a half and 65 a half.
No, yeah, no, bro.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll also say to anybody that complains about a half that they paid less than like 100 for, or even.
Bro.
That's what I mean, bro. So,
This was
trust
back
me,
in
I
the
get
day
it.
before I understood.
Well, I know.
No, yeah.
Dude,
Understood everything.
When I first started going to any grow or any dispensary, I didn't even think to ask about who grew it.
Right.
Like
Or terpenes.
it was all it was.
So much has evolved.
What's the
I love
price?
it.
Yeah. Well,
What's on
which
special
shelf
today?
is it on? What do you suggest?
Yeah.
And yeah.
I'll
And then
tell
they
you-
say you
I
some
mean,
bullshit.
And then we did this for
I mean,
2
I'll tell you,
years.
there's definitely some gold mines in the ones that we did sometimes, you know. So it was definitely
I've gotten great suggestions.
exactly,
from
you know.
No,
There's
no,
been
I'm
some
not
that have
gonna
been
lie.
great. There've been some that've been great.
Some of
been
them,
really bad.
some of them half ounce slumped us, bro. I ain't gonna lie. If you listen to the podcast, you can hear us getting slumped. Like the whole show goes from like 10 to about 3.
I'm hoping you all see that. I'm just kidding.
Oh man, do you want to put some hash on there, bro?
Yeah, here in a minute. But all right, so let me tell you that story real quick because it's actually really fucking funny. So, you know, I was a supervisor at the Nirvana Center in Prescott Valley, which is the OG Nirvana. It used to be called Yavapai Herbal Services. We at one point, in my opinion, honest to God, and like you will only ever get like straight up fact opinions. Like I will fight tooth and nail with what I say. Like we were probably one of the best dispensaries in Arizona at the time. Price wise, maybe not so much, but quality, flower wise, all day. We were getting some of the best flower in. You know, we were literally bulk. We had bulk deli style green halo. We had the OGs on, like, dude, you know, because we had us on the floor. We were the ones, you know, making the decisions, what goes where. You know, I was literally dictating prices and stuff, right? I miss that so much because I don't do that anymore. But honestly, the dispensary side makes me want to freaking just go crazy, so I can't do it.
It's a love-hate
Yeah,
relationship.
But so one day, bro, we had, I shit you not, we had like 40, 50 patients out in the lobby. Nirvana Center Phoenix. I had just gotten transferred down here. And I was like, bro, like this is insane. 40, 50 patients.
That's
bro?
what that
was like-
when it started taking me like an hour.
It was bad, bro.
And when I'd get there as soon as they'd open and it'd take me an hour.
That
I
was
like,
it became a
I'm
normal.
done.
It became a normal.
And
Let's
it's
just
like,
say that,
okay,
y'all.
cool, I'm done with this.
So, and if anyone knows and remembers, and no hate, like, dude, that's a dispensary. We were slinging
their-
really
that's
good
it.
stuff at really good prices. So
Good for
that's
them.
what you have to, you know, expect. I shit you not, bro. I walked out to the lobby. I looked at everyone in the face and I said, "Who's here for a half ounce? Who's here for an ounce? Who's here for this quality and who's here for this quality?" If I were to prepackage certain strains right now at certain prices and get all your guys' orders ready, could we, you know, like, because
Can we
obviously,
take care of this line?
obviously, because I'm, you know, at the end of the day, bro, like, you know, I come from the streets. You know, I sold shit on the streets, bro, you know, and my,
Look
everyone knows
Sam,
that.
Chill.
No, I'm saying, like, and
Y'all
so
here
I know,
slanging and
and,
banging.
and that's why, like, when you're a manager and a supervisor of a dispensary, you want to have like that really that corporate thought, but at the end of the day, you want to get people in and out and with the quality of service. So I feel like that was the best service I could have given all those people instead of an hour wait, right? Dude,
Yeah.
everyone was
Who wants
ecstatic.
their weed and get the fuck out so you could go home
I
and
called
smoke.
my GM. I said, "Hey, I have these strains, this strains, and this. I have 4 strains here. I'm gonna do 2 of these strains for 35 and 60, 35 a half, 65 a full. And I'm gonna do this strain for 75 or 45 a half, and I think it was 75 or 80 a full,
Something
right?
like that.
Something like that. Remember?
I never went
Yeah.
and got any
Yeah.
of those, but
Everyone
Yeah.
can, if you watching
He
this,
did.
and at one point you know that's what the prices were. It was a 30. So I don't know if they do that anymore, but that was like fucking 2-3 years ago. And he said, dude, he says, he looked at the cameras. He goes, do it. Like if all those people will do it, I shit you not, bro. 40, 50 patients out the door in 25 minutes. We had them all. I got a scale. I got the pounds. And I just went like this. Started filling half ounces up, bro. I put them on a tray. And we got pounds, literally 4 or 5 pounds out the door in 25 minutes. It was insane. That right there was one of the days that I got my eyes open to like what this industry is about.
Yeah.
It's all about how the SOP. So that's why when I say like I'm fascinated by all aspects of this industry, the SOPs of cultivation, what can make, like that's why like I mess with the people I mess with is because their SOPs are on point, like they actually think about how, you're supposed to grow this cannabis, as a cultivar, right?
You're not just out here slinging candy, huh?
No, like this
My
pucks.
man said,
Yeah,
boy.
things things are fucking.
My
I mean,
boy Sam
love
said,
pucks.
ask about my boy got the spy name and everything.
What?
Every time I see Sam Cooper the third, I'm like, bro, he got that. He a spy, boy.
and you don't even know my legal name, my
Nah.
government name.
Look, I just see. I'm just
You're good.
going off what I see online. I just put shit together.
Randolph Samuel Cooper the third is my.
You definitely a spy.
Hell yeah, dog.
He works for the CIA, boy. It's
I'm
all
here.
right.
What's
Let's
up?
take this selfie.
Actually, I work for the NSA, dog. So
I'm taking a selfie with my guy.
that's why I can say whatever I want, and I just erase what I want on social media, dog.
Oh shit. He ain't even eat the pucks, ladies and gentlemen.
The internet is not forever if you're Sam Cooper.
Check it out, man. We got a little off course.
A little bit.
What do you mean?
Want to talk about the week?
Let's talk about the week.
How did we get off course?
I was talking to Kyle. Out loud. I was not supposed to say that out loud. I was supposed to say that in my head. So everybody just disregard it. The pucks are kicking in.
Pucking it up.
Pucking it up. Hey. I was supposed to say that in my head. We got a little bit off course. We just go about our week. It's not a bad thing. We do it all the time.
Oh,
That's just I just reel the show back in.
Oh,
Yeah, we're good. What we usually do is talk about our weeks, Mr. Cooper. So I'm gonna start with my guy K-Bug. The pucks, the hash.
We're just
and
having
the
a good
weed.
time, bro.
It's all kicking in, baby. We finna go for a ride.
We having a good time,
K-Bug,
man.
how was your week, my guy?
Dude, it was good, man. I started fucking around with trading some stocks a little bit, and like, bro, I only put like a G into a fucking Robinhood account, so I'm not talking about a lot of stuff. But like I said, I invested a little bit into some of these cannabis companies, spread it around a little bit. I bought a little high, and then everything tanked the next day. So I'm keeping an eye on it, and I'm probably gonna buy some more to strengthen my positions and wait for everything to go up, because eventually it's going to. The industry's where it's at. But I also put some money into some other stocks that are probably a little less volatile, so let those kind of ride and build me up a little bit too.
All right.
And then I got for all of the people out there that are looking or worried about it, or I don't know, wondering about it, I got my second dose of the vaccination on Wednesday. For the first dose, I really didn't have any kind of side effects or anything whatsoever. I didn't feel sick at all. My arm was a little sore exactly where they put the shot in, but other than that, no aches and pains or anything. And the second one was basically the same thing for me.
Those ones I think are out.
But other than that, that's done now, and yeah.
Be a
Moving
free
on.
man.
Hopefully I can start playing with other people that got vaccinated once they get vaccinated.
Damn. I don't know if I'm gonna get it, man. We're not gonna be able to hang out. We're not gonna be able to
Here's my
hang
thing
out,
with
bud.
it. Here's my thing with it. And at the end of the day, if they had come out with this in like June or July, I might have been a little bit more skeptical about it. But it took them almost a goddamn year to get it together to where they were like, we're going to put this out. And I've done a lot of shit that's probably way worse for me than whatever's in that fucking needle. a lot of shit that's way worse for me.
Unless they put that chip in there.
I don't give a fuck. I wish they would chip my ass. Then I wouldn't have to carry around the card that said I got it. They could just scan my fucking chip.
I'm gonna take the good route for me, because I'm a conspiracy fucking theorist, bro. So I gotta just not talk about anything like that.
He's a conspiracy guy.
People be like, "Fucking Sam's crazy as shit."
Sam, you
mean-
getting it?
Huh?
You gonna get the vaccine?
I don't know. Honestly, I couldn't tell you.
You gonna get chipped?
Not-
Here's
don't get me started,
here's
bro.
two of the big reasons that I really wanted to get it. Well, I feel like coming here soon, there's gonna be, you can't really travel unless you've gotten it, and maybe they won't do that. But just in case, I'd rather have it than not have it. And 2,
Wait,
I think the more people that get it, the more likely we can start doing shit again.
is this travel like his and fly?
Totally.
You can't stop me from driving, motherfucker.
Well, right, like fly.
Like shit.
I
I
don't
only
know.
fly it
But still,
once a year anyway.
I don't know.
If
To
that,
me-
if I'm lucky.
To me, no matter what is in it, I'm not worried about it. And if it means that I'm doing my part, that the world can start operating a little bit more freely again, then I can say I did my part.
Hell yeah.
If I turn around in 20 years and have like an extra head growing out of my shoulder, well then chalk it up as I fucked up.
I respect that. I mean, hey,
You'll be
I'm
on that.
history,
I
bitch.
really
You'll be
couldn't.
on
I
the
couldn't say
infomercial.
anything. Honestly, that
If
would
you
just because I don't know. I really. I
Yeah.
mean, I would say, I'm right there with you. I want to do my part. But
I've got to assume that the fact that they took this long to get there, rather
Right.
than pumping it out in June and saying, "Hey, everybody, take this and go back to work,"
right
makes me feel like they did some scientific work there.
Well, and you have to remember, I have to set my, and I've been really trying to
High hopes.
really set my own opinions aside, because I have to remember that where I come from is, okay, I'm like 8 years sober off like heavy amphetamine use. A conspiracy theorist is pretty usual when that happens, because I'm sitting there like in front of a fucking computer, fucking cracked out of my mind.
Mhm.
So I know that I'm obviously sane a little bit now to where I understand that, and so I have to remember, like, okay, maybe sometimes my thoughts can go rampant because of that time of my life, but then at the same time you have to remember, dude, like, these are companies, dude, like, with normal human beings working for them. Yes, my opinions do get involved because we do have proof of corruption, and so I'm not
yeah,
crazy
there's no
there.
denying that it
Exactly.
happens.
So that's where, like, why I know we can conversate is because that, like, I really do have thought behind what I say, especially like because I know these higher ups for sure, dude. Like, I'm sure they have something tied in with the government, and I'm sure there's money going to people. But who's making these things? Yeah, like, maybe the scientists have something involved too, but, like, bro, like, honestly, these are all humans, bro. Like, most of them go home to families and shit. Do you really think if they saw something that, unless they're under, like, legal NDAs and, like, crazy shit, for the most part, I think you're gonna be fine. That's what I'm trying to get around to. Like, we have to
even
assume
though I
that.
don't trust necessarily
Yeah.
the government, I trust them enough to know that they're not going to push something out that's going to
I would hope
damage
not,
on
dude.
everybody.
I really would hope not. But at the
And-
same time, they have done shit in the past where they came out literally.
I feel
So
like
it's hard, but-
like the companies that are putting them out are too worried about what the lawsuit would look like
Exactly.
to fuck it up.
That's what I mean. So, like, there still are smarter people behind this shit. So, like, at the same time, it's like, I totally understand the argument of, like, a conspiracy theorist. Like, oh, dude, like, they got chips, like, they got this, that, and the other. Like, they're putting, like, shit that'll give you autism. Like, you know what I mean? Like, how they say that with, like,
Yeah.
the flu shot with
Yeah.
babies. Which, dude, I mean, like,
can-
if we back up history, if you guys don't know, but they gave, like, the African American community, like, fucking, I think, syphilis and shit
Yeah.
like that.
I just watched that on a
Bro,
fucking
like,
documentary.
That's kind of
They
fucked
said
up, dude.
they said it was
you know
free
what I'm saying?
healthcare.
That's kind
Wind
of
'em
fucked
up.
up in our
That's
government.
not kind of fucked up.
No.
That's all the
Super
way
fucked
fucked
up.
up.
I'm kind of being fucking sarcastic right now,
like,
obviously. Like,
yeah.
that's fucked up, obviously,
Yeah.
dog. Like,
Like,
so
God.
if
Like,
they've done that,
some shit.
Yeah.
So
putting fluoride and shit in our water, like shit like that,
Right.
obviously. Okay, like, I'm not, but at the same time, I try to think that, and I'm trying to be positive. Like, I don't tell anyone, like, my political, especially when it comes to work, dude, because I learned one thing a long time ago. I don't give a fuck if you like this person, or that. Hey, like, were you a good person today, dog? Cool. Were you a good person today, dog? Cool. I can fuck with you. Like, at the end of the day, that's how I think.
Up to this point.
Obviously, I have my own shit
now.
in my closed doors at home. I have my own opinions and shit, and catch me in fucking 11, 12 at night watching the news. You might see some
This
shit.
nigga be
But, like,
he
you know what I
sending
mean?
me
Like,
videos at like 1 a.m. I'm like, Sam, bro, sleep.
bro, I stay.
Catch
All right.
me like 2 hours. Catch me in 2 hours.
We're getting on tangents again, but I mean, I stay up. I gotta take care of that garden, bro. I mean, real gardening. I mean, I gotta take care of that fucking beast, dude.
I ain't
They
gonna
got some
lie.
beasts.
I can't wait till everybody starts pulling it out so I can try it.
Bruh.
A couple weeks, bro.
I got all these gadgets so I could sleep at night, but that doesn't mean that I do.
I have the gadgets too. I'm telling, but there's I put a little love and
Plus,
got
he used
I
to
got a
stay
green
up all
thumb.
night anyway.
I still have some things that I still like. It's kind of like
I'm kind of a night.
I'm a night owl,
too.
bro.
Like, I
My
have
wife hates
shifted a little bit because I get up at 6:30 every morning now, no matter what. So I don't stay up till 2:30 or 3 anymore as much. But like on the weekends, I still have a hard time like actually going to bed before like 12:30 or 1 o'clock. And like last night, I had tried to transition to go to bed around like 1, and I looked down, it was like 2:30, and I was still just dicking around on the internet. But
it's hard, bro.
Fuck that. I went to bed at 10 because I
All
woke up
times.
at 3.
I also don't sleep for more than about 5 or 6 hours at all, like straight. So if I go to bed like at 10 o'clock at night, I'm gonna be up at 3 o'clock in the morning.
I feel it. Yeah, my
That's
kid's
what I
been
tell my
on one.
lady, because I only sleep for a little bit. Because I'm technically have insomnia. Like, I have, but, so, like, that's why I, like, tire myself out and I smoke all night, so it's hard. I feel it.
You ain't smoking gas.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, I am.
I just gotta fucking
Yeah, I am.
tolerance,
Yeah,
bro.
about that, bitch.
That's the one thing that I won't
Question.
argue with anyone is, like, and I'll
I
say,
know you smoke fire, fool.
I smoke Matt Fire, bro, so
I know.
But my tolerance, bro, is
I'm on your head.
I wish I could give up my tolerance.
Yeah, fuck that. So, Sam, what's your typical week look like, man? Even though you gave us somewhat of an insight, you only gave us the look in one side of the life.
Oh, I mean, a typical week for me, home life right now is crazy. I have a daughter and she's just growing up, fast. So I'm dad, and
Tell
then
me about it.
yeah. So then I got a grow. So I have 2 huge mama plants that I flowered out because they were just insanely huge already, and I need to get them bitches just popping. And I actually outgrew the 5x5 that I had them in, just because honestly I don't even know what the fuck I was doing, bro. I was busy with work. I was busy with so much shit that like I just kept feeding these bitches, dude. And like one day I've taken people through there, and they're like, I opened that door and they're like, holy like you have these just in a 5x5. They were almost already, they were touching the ceiling. I kept having to trim the tops, and then one day I scrogged them out. And then for anyone that grows or is trying to grow, there's a phase right after you flip your plants to flower. That one you want, like you feed them a bunch of potassium and phosphorus, and it's called shooting, right? So all the nodes, they shoot the fuck up, man. Like, and they can shoot up upwards of 18, 20 inches. It's crazy, the growth within 2-3 weeks. That's where all the buds form, and within 2 weeks, both those plants were touching the lights. I had tops that were burnt because they were literally just touching the infrared lights. So that's my last week and a half or so. I had to take out my 8x4 tent, and I kept the frame in there so I can keep scrogging in there, because you need a frame to scrog. Scrogging is screen of green. That's like the acronym for it for people who don't know. And all you pretty much do is bend and you twist branches in between these nets so that all of the other inner nodes pop up, and then you get full colas out of those nodes. So instead of like a Christmas tree growth, you're gonna get a full on, like, that's why I'm still trimming this freaking plant. Like, I yielded probably like 400 grams from this one plant, dried. So that means wet. I yielded about 800, 900 grams wet. And that's actually optimal for that strain. It's crazy.
What strain is it?
OG number 18. So bred by DNA Genetics. My two favorite, I believe it's an OG phenotype. That's the cool thing about these OGs, man. Like, if that's my favorite, man. Like, that's what I grow. Okay, so I'm going through, and dude, honestly, I have these 2 seeds that I popped that that John gave me, Smokey J gave me, and they're just not OG genetics, but they're good genetics. I'm gonna try them and see how they go out. I'm probably won't be. I will clone it once. Like, I'll take one clone, I'll flower that seed out because I just want to see what that bud's like, and I'll keep the clone just in case it's like fucking amazing, you know? Because that's another thing too is, like you were talking, like my taste buds have grown, but they've only grown for OGs, like only. And I like biscotti. That's a good one. So some cookie crosses are nice. Unfortunately though, most strains, man, like, it sucks, dude. Like, I really want to smoke some of these strains.
Guess I ain't giving you no runs.
I've tried the whole white runs and runs. And all that shit from like True Med,
True Med.
Well, I'm saying, like, but you would agree that he grows proper cannabis, right?
Yeah, but this is Obama runs.
Oh, okay. I'm saying
This is Obama
all
runs.
I'm saying,
Put
my
Obama
friend,
on it.
All I'm
Got
saying,
it, yo.
all
This
I'm
is more
saying, my
rare.
friend, all I'm saying, my friend, is that
He's not
Help
a
me
fan.
out.
He's
Help
not
me
a
out.
fan.
all I'm saying is that if
I'll give you the KK.
Jolly Green Thumb, the homie who fucking is killing it over at True Med, can grow the runs, white runs, all those other stuff proper, which I know he is. I'm not saying anything on his. It's my taste buds. It sucks. Like, I want to love it, but like, I was like, no, like, my taste buds hate it. I got stoned. It worked, but like I'm like, ugh, like, I hate the taste.
What about the KK?
KK's good because it's crossed with OG.
I got you.
Dude, all right, you know what's crazy? You know, have you watched that interview with Wiz Khalifa about how he like gets sick off if he's other
For
smokes?
anything but
Yeah.
KK, yeah.
And I'm like almost very similar, dude. Like, I get headaches if I don't smoke OG. I don't know what it is, bro. I couldn't tell you. It sucks because I want to be able to smoke cookies and all this other shit.
You're not missing much.
I know that because I
Stick
know
to
that this
the
is the best,
OGs,
bro.
fam.
Because I know this is the best. But what I was getting on is that if you grow like all these phenotypes proper, dude, it's crazy how like almost all of them are like very similar, dude. Like in bud structures and everything, and they're just tiny little tones that change in the terps, and like, you know, they all pretty much flower at the same time because they're all pretty much from the same mama. You know what I mean? That chem. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. I just love it, bro. I love the science behind growing, and I got this. I got SFV, I got OG18, and that's all I do. I could be happy for the rest of my life just growing those 2 strains, but I'm going to venture out. I'm going to get, I'm getting a cut of kosher kush in the next like week. I say it like this because this is the proper term to say it. It's called Jews Gold Kosher Kush. That's what the cut is. Sorry if it, that offends anyone, but that's like the proper cut. If you've ever had like really good like terpy kosher kush, that's like it comes from that cut, right? I'm getting that cut. I'm gonna try and get like a proper TK, like triangle kush. And honestly, dude, I wouldn't even try and have like an OG kush because all those other ones I feel like are so much better, you know. That's
So let me ask you this. With your specific taste as far as bud is concerned, does that carry over into food and beverage selections? Meaning, like, if you go to a restaurant, you know what you're getting there. You don't dabble in the entire menu. You get this.
Yes, that's
Okay.
Oh yeah, and that comes also from my past, obviously, because with my like sobriety and use, I became really habitual. So was my grandpa, actually. It's crazy, where like I'll eat the same shit over and over again. I'm cool with that. Like at one point, I think I ate Chick-fil-A for the same for a fucking year straight at lunch, same shit. When I vape, use the same fucking vapes over and over and over again. I'll do yeah, I mean, I'm very habitual.
I am the exact opposite. Like when I drank, I drank whatever I could get as cheap to get me killed. But when I started enjoying beers,
I should smoke during that blunt.
and enjoying like different, small breweries and things like that, I rarely wanted to drink the same beer more than once because there was something else that I hadn't tried yet out there, and I wanted to go try that.
Totally.
And I feel the same with strains, and I definitely get strains that I've gotten to the point where I know how to avoid the strains that I know I won't really like from the taste perspective. Just like I don't order chicken off the menu because I know I'm not going to be happy with the chicken when there's any other option at all. But I'd rather try the one I haven't tried than the one I know I like, because who knows if the one I haven't tried is the new one that I like better.
Oh, right.
And then if it isn't, how bad was it?
Right.
You know what I mean? Because, like, if I smoked more than a half ounce of one thing, I'm like, that was great, especially for the first quarter. That last quarter was a struggle, and I need something else to, like, clean the palate.
I feel that.
So
that's actually how like I found biscotti. I'm all about growth too. Trust me. So I try and venture away from my normal shit. And I was just like, man, like I'm not sick of smoking OGs, but I was like, I want to like something else. And so I looked at the genetics behind a couple of them, and I saw that Biscotti's like South Florida Triangle and Gelato 44, I think. And I was like, all right, hey, I'll try that, because it's still got the OG in there, but it's got the gelato. And I was like, we'll see. And I tried it. I loved it. I was like, this is fire. So I'll smoke that, so. And I'm trying to be better at that too, because like when I go to a restaurant now, I'll try and order something I don't usually order, because I know that that's all about, like, that's what we should be doing, honestly, because
I don't know if there's necessarily a right or a wrong either way, but
no, there is.
I would much rather be like that.
I'd rather try to broaden my horizons. You never know what you're missing until you experience.
I get bored.
Stumbled across some fire on an accident because you try something different.
I have,
I've had that.
But yeah, getting back to what my weeks and I mean, dude, like, I mean, that's the thing though, is I'm very habitual, and so like when I talk like that, dude, you're almost kind of getting like my week. I know it sounds weird, but like
that's why I said that.
I've had this conversation probably with like many people, because I'm a cannabis advocate, man. I'm all about educating, and I'm all about really just trying to show people like what I honestly believe that some people don't know what good cannabis is on it, really. And I think I know Jordan's like, yes, I know, because I look at what's in our dispensaries and I go, are you fucking kidding me? Like this is the staple. When and if I ever get involved in something like that, dude, like it's gonna be a no-brainer. Like, because our quality, or whoever I would ever do something with, like that's what we would push out. And like I want to be like I would love to get like a license and fucking be like Jungle Boys one day and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
slow down, killer.
I'm serious though,
and
that's how you have to think, man. Like if you're not thinking like that, like
you gotta make it past the gas pass first.
I totally get that and agree
like,
with
bro,
you.
Yeah,
especially now. But I always bring it as much as I like to. I don't even really say that. As much as I've moved on from alcohol, I can liken a lot of stuff back to alcohol, and there's always going to be a market for Bud Light. So there's always going to be subpar cannabis on the market.
Light.
But why is it that there's so many of them? You know what I mean?
Because
there's so many cheap beers.
Because you know what?
Well, I know
it took me 2 years of doing this podcast to become as educated in something that I've been doing since I was 14 years old,
right,
as I am today.
Right.
It took me 2 years of being kind of my life. You know what I mean? And it isn't for most people. And especially now that it's just now becoming recreational, the education for a lot of people isn't there yet. They don't know.
Oh, yeah.
And they don't know what they're missing
Yeah.
because they haven't tried it yet.
I'm riding a wave right now.
So,
baby.
I mean, we're in all
start.
honesty, we're all lucky and in a position where we've got the education, and now there's a lot of people that need it, and we can help a lot of people understand what cannabis is and what it isn't, and we can hopefully help and shape the industry more than everybody wants to believe we can.
And it's getting there for sure.
Absolutely.
Because I've picked up some stuff from other brands that I'm like, okay, like they're finally like, I think certain brands are finally starting to set that staple, you know, and get that terp profile, and like they're really understanding that like they should be hitting that mark, you know, and making sure to please all their, you know, patients. Really, at the end of the day, is
and really the reason
It's the hash.
the reason that this is even like, I feel like this is getting big, and I know it is because my dad, who he still won't try it, but my uncle is having a lot of physical ailments now, where he essentially feels like shit all the time. Can't sleep, in pain, yada 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 yada. I don't know what the whole laundry list is. I don't think it's anything like specific. It's just everything.
yeah, just having a hard time.
Yeah, and I mean, my dad just turned 70. I think John's probably 68 or so. So he's getting up there. And my dad mentioned to him that maybe he should look into it and give it a try and give me a call. And that was maybe a couple of months ago. And the reason that I'm convinced that this is now becoming something that more people are okay with and want education on is because my dad literally told me last night, you know, I don't think John's going to call you about this, but will you do me a favor and call him about it?
It's awesome.
And like I said, coming from my dad, that's like, all right.
Dude, I'm right there with you, bro.
And he's still not at the point where he's got any interest in giving it a try. He won't eat an edible. He won't smoke a joint. He won't.
Right.
He told me one time he tried it once in college and didn't like it, and that was it.
Well, it's evolved, Dad. Come on, we got some fire now.
Bro,
Right.
my dad telling me to call my uncle about
That's
it was,
huge.
we'll take that.
Yeah.
And him also saying, I don't really have a need for it, but if I did, I don't see why I wouldn't explore it.
That's good.
So, like, to me and anybody that knows my dad, especially, like, from back in the day, my friends, it's like, what? And, like, so, like, that just goes to show that as much as maybe we don't seem like we've made the difference that we've made, we really have.
Oh, totally.
And if I can make that kind of difference to my dad, just him seeing what I'm doing and him seeing what's going on in the world, I feel like it's really easy for us to keep this wave going and build the entire industry up with it.
Oh,
I feel that, man.
100%.
I also have to tell you, I'm so high right now.
You ate 400 milligrams of
You ate
pucks,
400
bro.
milligrams and then smoked a blunt
Anybody,
with that fucking
dude,
hash in it.
anybody who knows pucks, like they know they tell me literally, I'm telling you, 80 to 90% of these people, like they're like, bro, these edibles smack us.
Let
Like,
me tell you, I ate one thing because I knew he was eating too and knew I might have to talk a little bit.
I can't stop smiling.
I know you can. It's great.
dude, I have to say, you and I really do have like very similar situations when it comes to our dads.
Mm-hmm.
My stepdad.
You don't even know my situation.
No, I'm saying at least for him, at least for me and him. I'm talking to him.
I know, just
me
kidding.
and your dad have very similar taste in music.
My pops?
Yeah.
Oh.
Dude, I forever am commenting on something he posts about music because it's always something it's
all you
always
listen
old
to
vibe
old
stuff.
school
Yup.
shit, bro. Like
Vibe.
Sorry about
anyway,
that.
No, you're good.
that was a
No, you're good. That's why we're here. I love just chatting, bro. Like we're just having a good time. You're high as shit.
was gonna smoke
We're
some more of
we're
this.
chatting.
I'm gonna
Hey,
try
so
this
my
one.
dad.
Dude.
So I'm ex-Mormon, bro. Like I don't. I'm not Mormon anymore, really. Like I
You can do that?
What do you mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
Baby.
Of course.
You could do that.
Of course,
That
bro.
was once you're in
Nah,
type
man.
shit,
What-
bro.
You gotta get jumped out.
I would be a perfect person if you
gotta
have
get
any
unbaptized.
question. I was literally from Utah, dog. Like, I'm
Oh, for
from-
real?
Yeah. So my stepdad's Mormon as fuck.
The shoes
He's
explain it all.
He's amazing though. Man, shut up. I'm a good person, dude. Like at the end of the day, like,
Dog, I
that's
know
a-
you are. You're
So,
my guy.
Dude, my stepdad, bro, though, he's tried, bro. Like he's tried pucks and he's tried. Like I've gotten him to try edibles. I honestly believe though that he's because 1 in like 10 people are allergic to cannabis. Like you can have like get sick from
Yes.
it and. But something tells me
Or
he goes into it a little like mental.
Like
Because
he placebo affects himself.
yes, so
into
it sucks because like I really don't think he gets like a full benefit of it. But I think because he tells me sometimes, like I just don't think he gets how this works. Like I think he thinks it's like an opiate kind of like that. Like you get the peak and then like you like ride it. Like it's like it is, but it's not. Like it's like more natural. Like you feel like for him, especially being 240 pounds or whatever, he's like. I'm like, well, did you sleep that night? And he's like, well, I mean, I got a little bit more sleep. And I was like, well, that's probably it working for you, but we just need to find his proper dose.
Does he
you
take
know?
melatonin?
I don't know what the fuck. I honestly,
Start him with CBD.
dude, I'm telling you, I've been doing this for probably 5-6 years
Oh,
now.
okay, bet.
With all the fucking
I'm
companies
trying to
I've
get my
worked
dad to
through,
smoke.
and
Oh,
and
talking
my,
about
you know,
parents.
I've gotten my bunch of family members to try this, and I'm actually helping. Like a lot of like family members, like they'll call me because they got their cards in other states, and like that's why you're saying like that's why I connect with what you said about like how what we're doing is helping is because dude, these people are like I'm saying like some of the most Mormon LDS people that's a huge stigma by the way, which I would love to help like if you have any questions like I may not be it anymore, but like at the same time. Dude, some of these people, they really want to, like, try this shit, but they're so fucking, like, told, like, you can't. But finally, they're being told, like, yes, you can, in a sense. So now I'm, like, getting calls like, hey, like...
Is it legal in Utah?
They can get their card now. So that's why I'm getting their calls. They're like, all right, so, like, where do I go to the dispensary? And what's even cooler, Trike got a license out there.
Bro.
So, like...
You ready
they
to go
can-
back home,
so
Sam?
they can... Well, that's why, like, one day I was like, man, I'd love to get in. Like,
Let's go. We'll do
so,
a podcast.
I-
Sam goes home.
Well, so like let's go and we.
Get our
But that's the
card
thing.
there?
My uncle has his card, so if we really needed to go, I'm sure we could figure something out. But anyways,
We
but
could figure
dude,
out like
their
hey, let's do a
prices though.
podcast.
Oh my gosh, bro, their prices.
They're
are
dumb high.
Oh,
Stupid.
a half-gram cartridge. Like I was on the phone with her and like I'm like looking. Go look at Utah.
Yeah.
You can look at it right now.
Oh, you can look at it.
And I
right
was
now,
like
please
looking
look
at it, and I was like looking at it for him, because I'm doing my thing, and I was like, yeah, you could go get yourself a half-gram cartridge right now for $64 of some probably boofoo fucking
It's
distillate.
disty.
And then I was like, all right, hold on, let's go the flower route, right? I'm going, and then you already know they ain't growing that fire out there, bro. And I was like, okay, so for their top shelf, because that's all I'm gonna
Right.
recommend to him,
Yeah.
fucking like $60-something, and I was like, yeah, I was like, you just need to come to Arizona,
They'll
bro.
look good at least.
Like, and honestly, I don't know, like, because you can take pictures. You know how many dispensaries just
Yeah,
take
no,
pictures and
yeah,
just put it on the
facts.
things? Yeah, so like, I mean,
No, I mean when he got it though. did
not
he
as
get
good
it?
as what's on my story mode right now.
Stop! I know I was sick when you said it
That
wasn't
OG
ready.
Kush, dude, that stuff,
I was pissed. I was like, Sam, hey man.
it's curing, bro. It's got to cure for at
I
least
know,
2 weeks.
I know, man. I thought I was just
At
gonna
least
get-
2 weeks, and
I
that's
thought
like
we were
mid.
getting
That's like
lucky.
that's like mids, bro. Like that's, some of the stuff that won the cannabis cups.
God dang, boy.
Some of the stuff that won the cannabis cups are
Thank you though.
cured for 6 months, cold cure, and that's like insane to me because I can't. My patience alone. Wait till you start seeing them bitches pop hairs. It's hard, bro.
I can't wait right now. I just flipped and I'm
wait,
looking for
dude.
shit.
So my first plants, dude, and everybody goes through this. If you don't go through this, then you have some patience built up in you. But I was like typing on Google, when's the earliest you could take your plants down and shit, calling RJ up and being like, hey, so like technically, if this plant is smaller, does that mean that the power I'm putting into this plant, can I harvest it earlier pretty much? And he's like, nah, bro, that's like the flowering time. It doesn't matter if it's a fucking clone or if it's a fucking big ass plant. And I was like, so wait, you're telling me though, if I have like a pound on a plant and I grow that for an extra, like, wouldn't I have to like grow that for a little bit longer? And he goes like, no, like you're a fucking idiot. And I'm like, for sure. Cause I really want to harvest this fucking plant right now. And, dude, it gets bad, dude. So like, I got like the scope and everything, right? Everyone gets the scopes, that's how they tell you check the trichomes. And,
Piece of shit.
you dictate how you
It's a
feel.
waste of money. Dog.
You dictate how you feel, bro. So
I'm pulling it out as soon as I can. I'm just like,
get ready for a really buzzy high, because the longer you keep it on the plant is what you're looking for. That fucking stone, that's what sucks with us.
I'm just kidding, bro. I'm gonna be
Well,
patient.
no, I know. I'm just saying,
You
so,
seen
like-
my veg stand,
I know.
bro. I
So-
was patient, but I didn't have a choice.
bro. So like,
I didn't have my cord.
so
Right.
my shit, bro. I got cotton mouth like a bitch right now.
I know we got water in it, but it's a mile away.
So
He
It's-
just grabbed
it's
it. I
fucking
didn't offer
hilarious.
him, so.
because
Coffee.
like now I'm getting way better now. Like I just kept a plant on, I think, for like a week longer than I needed to. I'm good, bro.
Me then.
No, okay.
Oh, fuck me. It hurt my feelings, bro. I popped the lid off for you. You gonna drink my
Drink my
drink
drink.
my juice, man. Drink
So,
my juice.
Long story short, bro, it's just funny. Like you will really see you'll see the flaws in yourself by growing a cannabis plant, because I mean you'll see when honestly you'll be like dead ass tired, and even with all that shit that you have automated, you'll see that you got to check plant. I blow breakers all the fucking time with how much power I'm running through my fucking crib.
I haven't yet.
I couldn't imagine
Thank
if I was
God.
actually growing pot, because
Bro.
I check my house plants like on the daily.
Which is great.
I couldn't, and
You-
looking for growth.
You would grow. Well, see, that's the thing.
I check the house plants on the reg, looking for growth.
It took me like 3 harvests to
To
learn
stop
that.
doing
To
that?
stop doing that. And my wife hated me, dude.
Well, they
'cause
grow every day if you pay attention to
I
them.
know.
There's-
they
That's what
do,
I'm saying.
but they
Yeah.
don't do like it's always not sufficient enough. You
That's
will,
why
You're
I try-
never. It's never.
until
it's like
wait
ooh.
until you get it. Like you'll get it even more dialed in. And I've been watching your shit. Yours been good. But like when I was like starting, I was an idiot, dude. I wasn't feeding them newts right. I wasn't doing this right. Wasn't checking EC, all that.
You were
right?
just. I'm growing weed.
There was
That's how I
literally-
did it,
There was
too.
one
Yeah.
day that when I say I watched like 100 hours of grow videos.
Yeah.
Easily.
I can
I mean,
relate.
easily, bro. And I'd fucking watch this video for an hour, run back to my grow, do whatever the video showed me. I'd watch the video, go run back to my grow. But then my dude was like, "Yo, just stop doing that." Like, cause I was actually stressing my plants out.
Here's
doing
all my screenshots.
Oh, yeah, bro.
Notes, fucking
Dude,
links. Like,
And dude, it's fucking hilarious because I was at first just stunting my plants by some of the stuff I was doing to them.
yeah.
And then there was this one day where like I think I went on vacation and I actually had my neighbor just kind of like, because my neighbor's chill as fuck, and I told her what to do and everything, and she like took care of my plants for one day. And what I learned was perfect is I was being like impatient when I was feeding, and I was like not like what I was doing is I would like stick the pH meter in, right, and like I would see the number that like I wanted, like 5.8 whatever, 5.9, and I'd be like cool, and then I just take it out, when really what you should do is
You
just
gotta
like,
let it.
leave it in, right,
Right.
and just
and
sit.
see what it is.
Exactly.
Like once
And
it
then-
hits the number,
dude,
doesn't mean it's not gonna
sometimes it'll
change.
take like
Right.
Yeah.
It could
10,
keep ticking.
you know,
You gotta let
exactly.
it hold.
So and that was like way before, right?
yeah.
But I would tell
I'm so impatient.
I would
too.
tell these people, like, what's wrong with me, bro? I would like tell these people exactly how to
what
do, and they would do it perfect. But with me,
You
I'd
couldn't
be like,
do it. You couldn't do it right.
and then so I came back and my plants were like fucking flourishing, dude. And I was like, what? I was like, you took care of these
You
plants
understood.
amazing. What did you do? And she's like, just everything you told me. And I was like, motherfucker, you should probably do what fucking you tell people to do. And that was when I learned for myself right away that maybe I'm a little bit of a hypocrite.
You
Like
just
I
do
don't
little.
even do what I fucking
I don't even
say.
listen to my damn self.
I was like, God damn. And so it was like that weekend. I literally just pondered. I think I ate some mushrooms that weekend and was like, fucking damn, what the fuck's wrong with myself?
Yeah.
That was another thing too, bro. It's crazy. That's a whole other podcast alone. Fucking, I took mushrooms.
Well, you gotta bring some weed back.
Oh, I will. Yeah, no, and I like.
You gotta
and-
bring some
dude,
weed
I-
back.
We gotta match weeds.
Yeah, no, and I talked to I know fucking off point. I talked to my fucking plants, dude.
Do you play music for him?
Well,
I feel like I would.
No,
I,
because I have a daughter,
Mm.
and like yeah. Anyways, but dude, I straight up talked to them,
I
and
got
I'm
kids
serious.
too. Fuck them
I'm
kids.
serious,
I'm
bro.
just
If you've ever watched Disjointed,
Uh-huh.
you know when those dude, I'm not even shitting you, bro. I was on mushrooms and shit. And I was like, and they were like, I was like, what's wrong? And they're like, we need nitrogen. I was like, holy shit, I'm fucking way too fucked up right now.
That's
Like, all right, I'm gonna get y'all that nitrogen tomorrow.
No, bro, I was in them, bro. It was awesome. Best lollipop I've ever done. If I ever am a millionaire one day and just have a huge grow, best believe if you want to come just see some dude on mushrooms just gardening it, I'm gonna be that guy just blah 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 mushrooms every day. Just dude,
I did mine different than yours.
I fucking did
though.
every grade. Well, so I've been told, and this is obviously, if you want little buds underneath,
Yeah.
you will get those. It's not a plan of if or when.
Yeah.
If you have growth underneath, you will get small buds. You rip those off, you will get the replacement growth on
the
top.
Yeah.
So it's called a strip and flip.
I did that.
So that's what I do.
Yeah.
What do you mean you do something different?
Well,
than I do?
no.
Lollipopping and strip and flip's the same exact thing.
No. Like, I don't know. As a reader, like do you have a certain? Because this is just from Matt, like me seeing Matt, right?
Yeah, what about it?
He has a certain like level to where
That's exactly
that's
what I do.
what you
Yep.
do.
It's usually
See me, I just cut
it's usually
the
trellis height is what I do.
Okay,
So oh shit.
you're good.
I do trellis height.
Yeah.
And then so I grow. Well, so unless the way I've been doing it is I just overgrow my plants, right?
Right.
And then I train my fucking plants into the scrog,
Yeah.
which at that point, any growth underneath that trellis. So, dude, my plants are literally on. Like, if you go to my house right now, you'll see these
I
plants
watch
are
your
just right up.
stories every day.
Well,
fool.
no, well, I do that. I'll do
I'm
it
like,
tonight.
damn, he's flourishing over there.
Tonight, I'll show you different, and it's completely changed because I just put 1, 2, 3.
If I don't answer, I'm baking.
No, I put 3. I'll put it on my story. I put 3 plants into flower last night.
Okay.
And I scrogged them all out. I stripped all the veg from trellis down.
Okay.
Because all that shit's going to grow above the trellis is going
Yeah.
to be fire colas. Because that's what I fucked up on the last plant.
Uh-huh.
Dude, see, like I said, I did what I would tell somebody to do, but I didn't fucking do it.
I cut all that shit off.
Bro, I didn't.
But
I was like,
cut-
oh, dude, what
I
you
kept
got to
the
do is you got to
branches-
strip all the shit. But I'm like sitting there with plants that aren't.
The homie said
I got 2, 3 of them right now.
keep branches that would
Wasting
hold weight.
fucking bud.
So I was like, oh, this will hold some weight. So I just cut off all the ones that wouldn't hold weight.
You got those plants and like those had to be like cut back a couple times, bro, because those fucking stalks are
Bro,
beefy,
I think
dude.
they're like main folded or something.
They're mainlined.
Mainline.
Yeah,
There you go. There's
manifolded. Yeah.
Manifold and mainline.
Yeah, so that's insane, dude.
Yeah.
Like because I saw the stalks on those. Those are huge.
I'm doing that shit to the I'm doing that to my babies right now.
My
I
biggest
just
thing
transplanted
is
them.
I would do, and I know you said you aren't gonna do it, or are you? Is I would throw a trellis net up in your flower tent because those plants grow 2 to 3 times their height if you're growing the right EC with the right VPD, everything.
That's what I can't watch. I'm waiting. I gotta get something to watch the VPD. But
The
I got
VPD
everything
is
on
like
point.
is when you get into like heavy commercial growing, but it really don't matter. Like I just got a CO2 tank and shit, bro, and
I got the CO2.
I go in there every like day and I just sit there. I turn the valve on. I
Really?
get my shit to
Get the
like
bag, bro.
no. I have like CO2.
I know,
Like,
but
Why would I do that? I have like a whole setup. That'd be like
yeah.
going down.
I forgot.
That'd be
you-
like
you
saying
had
I
all
have a
that
soda machine. Go get a soda stream.
shit. Go get a soda stream, bro.
No, fuck that. I like my fucking soda machine. The one that I can choose
I just got the
12
box
different
'cause
flavors from.
I got the bag because I didn't
The
have
one-
access
the
to the
Digi
machine.
one?
Yeah, like no, that's what I'm saying. Like
Now I
that's
want
like
the
you're
Diet Fanta
you're
purple,
comparing
motherfucker.
you're comparing like Walmart lights to like a fucking Lux light right now. No, you're good. I
I'm
get.
closing my laptop.
No, I'm fucking with you, like,
I'm just
So what? All right, my next steps okay. So like, I'll finish it out with like what I'm gonna be doing in probably the next week or so with my grow.
okay.
Not week. I just have to build up some money, dude. I got so much shit, but
Gotta
I
stay
need
out of Sea of Green,
I need a
bro.
res. Well, luckily he's the homie and like he's really helps me out. Fucking shout out. to
No, I
fucking
fuck
Sea
with
of
them.
Green. I
I'm
fucking
just,
love
you
all
was just
their
talking
asses.
about your bread.
No, I
I'm
know.
like, you gotta stay out of that damn
Yeah.
hydroponic store,
I know.
boy.
So I a res. I'm gonna get a fat res, probably like a 50-gallon like tub, big ass one, and then I'm gonna get either a Troll Master, which
Why don't you
is
just make your own res?
that's
start?
what I'm doing.
Oh, like,
Like I'm making the res like from a big tank.
well, I be seeing these fucking.
No, I'm not getting
Already
that. Like I'm getting like a
pre-made.
fucking 50-gallon barrel.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and I'm
okay,
making
that's-
like my own res.
Okay.
So it's gonna go through my wall from my garage, cause I have a hole in my wall.
Shit.
Oh yeah, bro, you need to come through, man. It's like I have a full setup. It's like I'm running.
I thought I did some cool shit,
No,
piping some shit.
so
from
I
the
it's
fucking-
I
wish
comes
I
through
had
my
I
wall.
don't even have space to even start thinking about
Dude, so
this
I
stuff yet.
start, bro. Like I start, I'll mix probably every 4 days because I go through 30 gallons of water every 3 to 4 days.
That shit sucks.
It's crazy. I fill up with water and ice. So next is RO system, RO to res, and then I'll go. So I can mix every couple of days, and then I have to get a new AC. So I'll get a mini split, which is gonna be like an outside.
You're gonna
unit.
reuse the RO?
What do you mean?
Or that's reverse. I thought you
Yeah,
meant
reverse
runoff. My
osmosis.
bad.
Yeah.
My bad.
You're good. So I'm gonna get my RO to res, and then I'm gonna get like some form of control.
Okay.
So whether it's a, most likely a Troll Master. That's what everyone's wanting me to get right now. So because it's just fucking the shit. It controls your CO2, your lights, everything. So it's just all this shit's just expensive as hell, bro. And just like it's at that time, it's like I'm doing everything fine the way it is. So really, I think I'm just gonna go with the RO and res, and then
Making
so
me second guess my little CO2 bag I got hanging on my lights.
and that's
man.
the thing. Your grow is good because it's not like crazy huge yet, and you have the one thing though is it's in your garage, so you have to remember that
I already got backup.
the CO2 though coming from your house from that you're exhaling, like this room's full of CO2 right now because we've been sitting in it forever. Like that CO2 is usually when people say that you have the sufficient CO2, it means that that's in your house more or less. So I don't know how much is actually escaping out into the garage. So like
The tent is sealed.
well, that's the thing too, is I would personally I think that would be like you can literally see a chart of when you add CO2 to a room, it just skyrockets your yields, and that would just be an easy fix. And like you could even get those shake bottles of CO2.
Yeah.
Like the bottle that's T&B Naturals makes them.
Well, fuck, man.
There's so much
What's
shit.
wrong with the bag? Tell me.
Well, I've just been told that it works because like science and all works like with the mycology.
Because it's science.
Yeah, I mean it is. Yeah, I mean mycology, whatever, like is it happening?
yeah,
like,
because
it releases
natural CO2. Yeah.
But I mean, like there's like the guy at that's why I take everything with a grain of salt. You'll hear
Yeah.
that. You'll hear that all the time, and it's because like I hear all the time. Like I'll be at what's it called, Grow Generation in Phoenix, and they're like, oh dude, those bags suck. And then my dude, RJ has been like, yeah, those bags aren't the best. And then, but then you'll like say something like, well, like it technically does emit CO2, and they'll be like, well, yeah, I mean, technically it does work. So it's like, well, then does it work or doesn't work? Because if it's emitting CO2, then that's why
Fucking
I fucking
YouTube,
buy
That's what
it.
it does.
You know what I mean? So
YouTube says it works, and YouTube has not let me down
this
yet.
is what I do,
so-
bro. So like when I say I watch hundreds of hours, I take what 10 growers say, and if they all say the same thing, boom, I put that in my book.
Yeah.
If I watch 10 growers and like 5 of them say that shit and 5 don't, I like write a note in my book and say maybe try it on one plant. If it fucking doesn't work, then never do that again. That's what I mean by that. So like
yeah.
for instance, you have to remember too, a lot of these people helping us. Okay, so my first call ever with a master grower was confusing as fuck. He had no idea even how to help a home grower, bro, because he was so far advanced into this.
He didn't know how to. You didn't know.
He didn't know how to
dumb.
He didn't know how to dumb himself down enough to help us. So
Yeah.
that's why I thank God for people like, I think Matt is one that can help people because he is like, he loves, like, that's his bread and butter. He like literally will hop on my shit and say, I love a home grow, like. And
Matt's my dude.
and-
He's the
and
one who got
exactly.
me my
I
lights.
know, that's what I'm saying. Like I
Like,
know that
guy.
that's why he's like cool. But like this
Shout
one
out
dude
to
I called, his first thing he went to was like, well, I was like, hey, I'm seeing this weird stuff on my leaves, this, that, is it this, is it that? And then he's like, well, it sounds like CO2. And I was like, why the fuck would it be CO2? Nothing I've read said it's CO2. And he's like, well, are you growing in cocoa or soil? And I was like, oh, at that time I was growing in soil. And he's like, oh, well, he's like, I can't really help you at all when it comes to soil because cocoa is just much cleaner. And like, what you'll really notice is, and like, that's fine. That's how they make their money because obviously they know what the fuck they're talking about. They can grow, thousands of pounds of weeds a year.
They've
So
learned a specific
Yeah.
way. They maybe the exact
So-
why or explaining
Yeah.
the why isn't necessarily their strong suit.
I like people who like, you know, they see the way that you're doing it and they try to like morph their conversation to yours. But like he was just like, nah, like either you do it like this or like I can't really help you. And I'm like, okay, for sure. Thanks.
Fuck off.
Thanks, bro. And so like actually that really moved me to growing in cocoa. So maybe I'm like that though. People need to push me like that and kind of talk shit on the way I'm doing something, because there's like soil is just not me. It's dirtier, and like I like to be clean, you know. So and cocoa is just super clean, man. I mean like
It's clean.
It's clean, bro. Like I mean that you feed the newts are clean and all that. So but yeah, dude, like just my goal is just pump out some of the best OGs, honestly, if I can, and you'll see. I'll show you. I'll give you some stuff here in the next when it cures. And yeah, bro, it's simple, man. I've just been growing good weed and
Well, you're
smoking good bud. And
You're definitely on
working.
the path, man. Well, shit, you got me excited. I can't wait to see what your shit, the final product. I can't wait to smoke that, but I also can't wait to just see my shit so I can start showing you.
And that's it, bro.
Sam, we on the way, baby.
Can I get the ashtray?
Yeah, bro. Yeah. I wanna, before we close it up, shout out our sponsors, Grow Sciences. While we're talking about them, man. Just taking care of the community and making sure we straight, everybody's straight.
Can't wait to see that.
Can't wait to see the
Stuff coming out of that new facility, man. Once they get that shit going.
So I just can't wait for Matt to hurry up and drop these new flavors so people can stop asking me when they drop. Cause
Matt,
just like y'all,
if you
I
watch
don't know.
this,
Isn't it all the
please,
testing?
can you just
holding it up?
dedicate one
Alright.
OG room just for me, Kosher Kush, and if you can get your hands on some Holy Grail, let's get it.
Hey.
That Holy Grail by far is probably, other than Kosher Kush, is my favorite strain because it's OG Kush and Kosher Kush mixed.
Yeah, I feel you. I'm trying to get that GMO he just grew because he personally grew that with
Hell
his
yeah.
own touch. So I feel like that'd be lovely. Let's do some shout outs. K-Boog. You know what? I forgot to ask you what time it was.
You know it's 4:20 somewhere.
Good, man, 'cause I'm ready to smoke, baby.
Shout out to shout out to Pucks, first of all. Shout out to you, Sam, for coming through on kind of short notice.
Actually, I've been hitting Sam up every other weekend, but he's always had to work, so this was
it
actually
just happened
perfect.
to work perfect,
This was
and
perfect,
even
dude.
better.
Yeah.
I love it when it comes
Hell
together
yeah.
like
Hell
that.
yeah.
Shout out to local joint.
Hell yeah.
And of course, shout out to Matt and the boys over at Grow Science, and girls, ladies. And shout out to, I don't know, man, I'm high.
Your wife.
Shout out to my wife, as always. And shout out to my dad, and happy birthday yesterday.
Hell yeah.
Hey, turn up. Let's smoke 5 grams for Pops.
And shout out to everybody getting flour for Valentine's Day.
Hey, go buy your.
I got some nice bouquets at home. Let me tell you what.
Go buy your beloved a nice gas pack from local joint.
Whole
You won't
ass.
regret it.
And I want y'all to come through the house if you can, obviously.
You live so far.
I know it's far, but it's worth it. Trust me. I'll make it worth it.
Where is it? Well, don't
I'm
say
in-
it now. You can tell me later.
Yeah, you're good.
Tell me later. Tell me later.
Who you got to shout out, Sam?
I got a couple. I'll make this quick, but
Go ahead.
they earn their cred for sure. Obviously, my wife, my daughter Allie and Caitlin, they're the best in my world. And then you have shout out to Jolly Green Thumb for growing some of the best cannabis in Arizona. Shout out
I
to
can attest.
Matt at Grow Science also for pumping out the best some of the best cannabis in the state. Shout out to Growing is Fun, RJ, for teaching me pretty much a bunch of shit that I know and pumping out some of the best cannabis. You have to give, words, Smirk, all these people, man, John, all those people, man, like, shout out to all them. Thank you for producing some of the best cannabis. And then shout out to Pucks for, employing me and creating an amazing product. Nirvana Center for also, employing me and, making this possible so that I can sell and get this product to the patients. And shout out to the patients at the end. That's it. And then shout out to y'all. Much love. Thank you for having me on here.
Hey, no thing, man. We
you for coming
appreciate
through,
you,
man.
for real.
And Humboldt Secret, my nutrient line.
Hey, gotta shout out the new line. He trying to get.
Yeah.
Hey, Send my boy some news, man.
Yeah.
He's doing some fire. He earned it.
And Lux lighting. I don't have any of that yet. I need some Lux for sure.
Hey, I know where you can at least. You want the LEDs or the other ones?
I want an LED because I can't run the HPS because it's got that 220. I can on the smaller one, I think.
You can run it.
Yeah, I don't.
I got the 220.
I don't have a 220. I have the smaller one.
I know, but there's things for that.
Yeah, you're good. We'll talk about that.
There's
I know
things for
there
that.
is. I'd just rather run
Shout
the
out.
LED.
I know, yeah. Hey, big shout out to my lady, man, just grinding. Shout out to the gang, per usual, Steez, T, my guy, K-Bug. My man, Sam, bro, he's kicking out fire, bro. Like, just keep doing that, bro. Not like you're doing anything wrong, but keep doing that because I see it taking you, like, some pretty far places, bro. Like, especially with
Thank
what
you.
you're kicking out and what we were talking about before the show. I'm excited to see that, man.
Oh yeah,
Whoa.
man. Lots of good stuff.
Yee. We getting high up in here. Shout out to all the listeners. You guys are great. Shout out to production. I ain't got the hoodie on, but the hat because my head's fucked up. And we out this bitch, man. Peace.
Peace.